morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. A bloody lovely morning this morning, although it's already going hazy. When I first woke up this morning I actually couldn't see a cloud in the sky, and there's just a slight haze coming in already, all bloody ready. It's like we're not allowed to have a full nice day yet this year, and we're already in May, so something weird's happening. Something strange is occurring, I believe. But anyway, so we've got a fairly busy day today. So we're heading straight to Doncaster this morning. We've got a trailer where both the rear curtain poles are bent, apparently. Now, this is on a double deck trailer as well, which I'm really not right happy about. But it is what it is, it comes with the job. Yeah, these rear poles on the double deck trailers are bloody massive, and they're a bit fiddly and a bit of a nightmare. I'm hoping I can remove both of them and straighten them and reuse them, because I'm sure from memory I couldn't fit a new pole in the back of my van. Anyway, it doesn't matter, we'll go and have a look at it. What we might need to happen is we might need to get a part supply to actually drop them off there for us ready, because I mean, if I need to go get a couple of poles, like they've snapped them, then I'll definitely have to go get a couple of new ones. As I say, I don't know if they'll fit in my van. I'm sure off the top of my head, last time I tried, they won't fit. But I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. But a lot of the times you can they just bend and you can straighten them, so that'd be ideal if we can just straighten it. So here we are in Doncaster. Right, so here's the trailer that we need to have a look at. Obviously you can see that rear curtain pole's bent. Now it's not a double deck, it's a tall boy, which is better. It's not as big. By the looks of it, it's not snapped, so we should be able to just remove it and straighten it. So the other side is a little bent, nowhere near as bad as this one on this side. So I just went down, undid all the curtain buckles and straps, just loosened off the curtain tensioner on the front on both sides, just so I could get a bit of slack in the curtain. So now I'm going to get my drill. I'm going to drill out all the rivets, get my ladder out as well. Yeah, and get these poles out. do. Beauty. So we've drilled the rivets out, we've removed the pole, just straightened it underneath the rear crash bar. Nice and easy, get a good bit of leverage under that. Just got all the rivets out. Now I need to get my rivet gun out, get some rivets. I'm going to check that they all fit in the holes nicely, and then refit the pole, get it riveted back on. So as you can see, I've got it fit back into the position it wants to live. Now, that was a bit hard work really, because it's warm and windy. Because that curtain's ripped in a few places up where the pole lives, just kept catching, and my arms were dying. So now I've got it fit back in the position where it wants to live for the rest of its life. I'm going to go up, drill it in a load of places, and then rivet it. Morning mate, how you doing? Yeah. Yeah, are they, is it stood down or are they loaded weight to out? Usually it's like there. Yeah, lovely. If I do, I don't know, it's going to probably be 2-3 hours, mate, but I can definitely do it today. Lovely, cheers, thanks, mate. Bye, everyone. Perfect. Right, one done. Take a water. Drink the water. Right, we've had a quick 2-minute break. When I'm finished, not to leave all these bits. Thank you. I don't need to brush yet, but thank you. Yeah, I'm on me now, mate. Both are in curtain cold bed. Just trying to remove them and straighten them, mate. Refit them. Bloody keen for this job finishing, so they phoned it through yesterday, this job, and they said they didn't want anybody attending before 9 o'clock, so I get here at 9:10, but literally 5 minutes past 9, so I'm 5 minutes away, I get a phone call from them saying, like, are you on with it yet? Well, I need an update. I'm like, well, it was for after 9 o'clock, so I'm not even started yet. He's phoned me back already. Like, only just like over an hour later. Obviously, I'm not finished yet. It's not perfect. Got a little nerve in it. As you can see, it's actually got a big bit of damage here and here it looks like it's been squished by something there and there. So this is like an S shape now. Really, I'm gonna report this to them. Just tell them it's a temp repair, really. We'll get a new pole ordered. Yeah, if that pole takes one more whack, really, it's gonna split. Well, it'll snap. If it takes one more hit, it'll snap. So obviously, I want to be letting them know that. I don't know what's happening, my rivet gun just stopped working, but the bolt that holds this arm in place has just snapped. So that's just chuck a new bolt in this. Obviously just in there, new nut and bolt. So that's the curtain poles repaired. So easy. Got a little bit of a sweat on after that, you know? Need a brush now, need a yard brush to sweep up all those rivets. Well, I did ask one of the yard guys if he could get me a brush, and he said yeah, and that was before I even started the second pole, so I need a wee. So I don't know where the hell he is. Well, he obviously doesn't give a shit because the guy who I asked is still over there just on his fork truck. He disappeared for ages. Well, I asked for a brush so I could tidy up, but he's not going to give me one. It's not what I can do. Not what I can do. Right, I'm going to go in and see transport. Give him this. Whoa. Yeah, I'm going to go in, see transport, give them this job card, go tell them that it's all done. Right, so we're done in Doncaster. Fairly easy one, you know, just remove the curtains, refit the, straighten them and then refit them really, rivet them back on. Obviously I did ask, if I could get a brush from the guy who was loading in the yard. Probably over half an hour ago. He disappeared and he never brought me one back, and then I've just been in to speak to transport and just said, look, I did ask for a brush, I'm still waiting. Is it right if you just get one of your lads just to quickly sweep it? Because I'm not waiting about while they bring me a brush, you know, that's a bit silly, isn't it? And it'll only take 2 minutes to quickly sweep up so they can sort it out if they ain't going to bring me a brush. That is fine. So we're heading back to Normanton now. We've got a curtain tensioner that's in up on a trailer, so it's obviously just going to be, it's probably just going to need cleaning and greasing like usual. Just in my eye. Yeah, I just let them know in transport as well, obviously, that the offside curtain pole was split, had a crack in it. So obviously we've done a temp repair on it really. I mean, it'll be fine, it's not gonna buckle on its own. It'll only buckle again if they hit it again. And if they hit it again, it's most likely gonna snap, so. But if they don't hit it again, it'll be fine. You see, it's one of those. said before, I'd be out of the bloody job if drivers weren't crashing all the time. Wouldn't have what to do. They keep money in my pocket, so thank you. So thank you to all the drivers watching, because you keep me in the business. Obviously I know not all drivers crash all the time, but you know, things happen, mistakes are made. I've had crashes before, not in a truck like, but I've been involved in a couple of car crashes. Hey, so 11:10, we didn't do too bad really, so we've been there a couple hours. Oh no, someone's just stalled it. Come on, light's green. Oh my days. Oh my days, they've stalled it again. Oh my god. Oh, I'm not going to get through now. Oh, bless them, learner drivers. Stalled it 3 times at the freaking lights. Typical. Now I'm right at the front. I felt like I was going to stall it then. There's me gobbing off about learner drivers. Yeah, so we're going all the way back, the way we came, back to where we started this morning. We've got obviously a trailer with a curtain tensioner, which is in op. It's usually, they're just full of crap and need a clean and a grease, so that's what we're going to do. Got about 25 minutes to get there, which is not bad at all. So we'll see you when we get there. So I've just had a phone call from my mate over at LJD Gas. Obviously we were there the other day doing the fuel pipe. While I was there, he got a phone call from one of his drivers who broke down on a hill. He'd put it into neutral for some reason at a set of traffic lights with his foot on the brake, and then it wouldn't go back into gear then. So obviously while he was on the phone, I just said to him, just build the revs up, make sure there's plenty of air in it, get it into gear. Well, he got it into gear, and I just said, so just get to your next stop, wherever you're stopping next, wherever it's safe, and just have a listen around for any air leaks. Now, he got to his next stop, put it into neutral, and it wouldn't go back into gear then at all. Yeah, he had a listen for air leaks. He couldn't hear any air leaks. So I'm thinking that there's a clutch issue. Now we've already done a clutch over at their place last year, so it might be another one. To be honest, it sounds like it from what he's telling me. Because he's saying it's sounding like it's trying to crash into gear, and when it does go into gear it crashes in. So it'll either be an issue with, like, I don't know, the synchro mesh on the gearbox or the clutch pack, because it's an automatic, so it might be an issue with the clutch pack. See what he's saying. We'll try our next job now. Cheers, buddy! Right, what trailer is it? 522, and it's saying the near side, which is this side. 522, let's go down here. Should be able to see me from there. That's good. Right. I think I'll just pop you on the side where I did my last job, and let's get cracking. Right, so here we are at our next job. They've reported that this curtain tensioner on the near side rear isn't tensioning. Usually what happens is they just get full of crap, and the little ratchet mechanism gets jammed. So it is absolutely caked in shit. Let's go have a look. So as you can see in here, that is just full of old grease that's gone all hard. So that is what we're going to be doing. We're going to give this a right good clean out. All this crap in here, all that crap in there. And then that should be good to go, really. Thank you, okay, buddy. As I said, that's all new. To this side. So I freed it off. Most of the crap out of it. You can hear that now. Ratchet in. So, it's not perfect. But obviously, as we can see, I've given it a good clean out. I've got rid of all the really hard grease that was building up in there. As we can see, it's operating as it should now. If we look in there, that's the ratchet mechanism. So that's it coming back really well there. See, all that happens is, obviously every time these get inspected or serviced, you're supposed to grease the tensioners. And over time, that grease just collects, it hardens, it goes really hard. You got to think it's getting a load of water and dust and shit off the road. Grease just goes really hard and really thick. And it just jams everything up. So if you mix that with rust as well, because obviously it's slightly rusty, they just stop working. Really, really easy fix, really easy. Give it one last little spray. Little squirt. It's all really, really, really easy. Yeah, I know people who will just replace them when they start going, but it's a bit silly really. All you need to do is clean them. And you can actually strip them as well. You can strip the pins out which hold the ratchet mechanism in place. You can on most of them anyway. So you can actually remove the ratchet mechanism, give it a right good clean. Right, just going to go give him this job card, and then we'll make our way to LJD Gas. Bloody gate as well. Yes, it's all new, is that? Obviously the gate's there. I mean, it's always been there, but it's never been shut. I've been here loads of times. I've probably been here a good 50 times. And that gate's never been shut. I've never had to sign in, never had to sign a work permit or anything like that. And I just asked him when I went into the office then, I was like, have you had a visit from the health and safety? And he said, no, they've bloody moved here now. So we've got one on site all the time. Oh, if you know me and if you've seen any of my videos, I don't get on with health and safety at all. I've had a few chew-ins in the past from health and safety. You know, I only ever risk myself. I only ever risk my own body. I never risk anybody else. I don't do anything that might harm anybody, apart from myself. But you know, who's got time for health and safety? Fuck that. Oh, before I forget as well, I'd just like to thank Steve. Oh, it's another one, mate. I'm really sorry if I'm butchering your last name, but Steve Ayer. Oh, I'm really sorry, buddy. I'm really terrible with names. Really, really bad. But thank you anyway. Sorry that I've butchered your name. But thank you, mate. Honestly, I really appreciate it, mate. You're there on all my videos almost, commenting positivity, you know, telling me to keep going, that you're liking my content. Honestly, mate, it means the world to me. And like I've said in my previous videos, I have been second guessing myself, and I'm not sure whether I'm doing the right thing. But you know, comments like that, buddy, they keep me going. They keep my spirits high, that's for sure. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Having good spirits, being in a good mood, enjoying what you do. And I do enjoy what I do. I just don't enjoy dealing with big customers, really, because they're a pain in the ass. Do you know what? I'd be much, much happier if all my customers only had like 3 or 4 trucks and I was the only one looking after them. I'd be much happier, because I know then that everything's getting done on time, everything that needs to be done is getting done. You don't know, there's nobody else messing about with your trucks. And the smaller customers, they understand when you say, no, this needs doing right now. Whereas the big customers, they like to leave things as long as possible. So anyway, we're on our way back to LJD Gas. Obviously we're there the other day doing the fuel pipe on one of his trucks. But while I was there, we had the phone call saying another one's broken down, and I believe it's going to be a clutch issue. From what he's telling me on the phone, just over the phone, it sounded like it's going to be an issue with his clutch, which ain't great. Yeah, so we're on our way there now. We'll go have a look. We'll go have a look what we can find. Hopefully it's nothing serious, and we can just fix him today. Because I'm off on holiday next week, and if it needs a clutch, it won't be done this week, that's for sure. Unless he gets someone else to do it, but I doubt he will. So we did the clutch for him at the end of last year, just before Christmas. We did a clutch on one of his other trucks, on a manual DAF LF. I did the clutch on that. It went fine, but obviously it's an automatic, so the boxes are slightly heavier. They've got the clutch pack and all that sort of stuff on it. So I'm hoping we don't have to remove the box. I'm really hoping we don't have to remove the gearbox. I'm hoping it's something I can fix today, like I say. But we'll see. We will see. So here we are at LJD Gas, back again. Hey Lee, how are we doing?
Quick, fucking hell.
Alright, really quick job that.
Delivery, sir.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, not bad. Is this the one with the steering issue? Is that the one alright?
Oh, he's on his way back in, so we should be able to look at that.
Right, sound.
Yeah, because I need all the fucking that fucking plate.
I know, mate. Hopefully it's something easy.
We're alright and all, won't we?
Yeah, I know, mate. So I mean, I was saying I hadn't seen you guys in weeks, because obviously we've obviously got everything back up and running.
Bloody alright, him who drive that though, whatever he touches says.
Is it? Tell you what, you can feel the heat here. Because it's on an airfield and we're it just doesn't even look like there's any wind though. Usually it's really windy up here, but can feel the warmth literally as soon as I pulled here. I can feel it. I think we'll go with a couple of black gloves to start with. I don't like wasting my orange ones. Unless I'm going to be doing like a big job or something. These black ones are shit, they just rip straight away. Yeah, they're about half the price though. So I don't mind going through loads of these. So what I end up doing is I'll rip somewhere on it and then just chuck another one straight over. Right, let's get cracking, shall we? Right, so I've just got you on my chest because I don't like wearing the headband with that hat on. So we've got this truck here. So they've just taken the prop shaft off. So as you can see, they've taken the prop shaft off. Instead of removing the half shaft out the axle, they've removed the prop shaft for some reason. That's fine. So this is the one that broke down and it won't go into gear. So let's have a little play. See what we can figure out. So it's coming up with air pressure low. There was absolutely no air in it at all, which makes me think that there's probably an air leak which is causing this to go out of gear. So I'm gonna lift the revs right up. So it's come up with a brake system malfunction as well. I don't know if that's because the prop shaft isn't on. See, because prop shaft's spinning, it'll be wanting to read the ABS sensors, I bet. So it's come up with a stability control and brake malfunction. So we'll get the prop on first, because it's not getting recovered anywhere now, is it? We'll get the prop shaft on first, because I can't really test the gears without that. So drop this down. I'll get my mat to lie on. So, I mean, look, that glove is ripped already. Shit. I should have put the orange ones on, now I'm doing this, to be honest. I don't know why they've removed the prop and not the half shaft, I really don't. So I'm just gonna have to chuck another glove on this. Right, some bits and bobbies. We need 13. We'll get a couple of different extensions as well, just in case. So we'll take one of the ones with a wobble on it, really. That one. There's a little. That one. Cool, so we'll take them. A spanner. 13 milli. Right. Right, so here we go. Obviously that's where this end of the prop shaft sits. Oh, you see it's splined, so obviously it's going to be a little tricky getting that in. They usually are. Make sure there's no shit on it. So, making sure there's no bits of shit on it, because I've just drug it along the floor. That's fine. Oh, I've ripped another one. What am I doing? Alright, so that is in there. Usually they're a lot harder than that, to be honest. So you need to make sure that you're lining these teeth up correctly. Oh, there we go. That's how it sits. Lovely. So, let's go that way. Yeah, I might be able to get in on that one actually. Oh, it's because it's not even a 13. That'd help, wouldn't it? But it's a 15. Yep. Silly me. Right, let's go get a 15. And another glove, Jesus. That is ridiculous. I'm actually surprised. I couldn't remember that they were a 15, to be honest. It clicked in my head as soon as I realised. I remember. Here we are. Back again. Oh, my days, what size are those notes? Right, so one side's a 15. The other side must be a 16 or a 17. Let's go get a 16 or a 17mm spanner. Here we are. So the nut is a. Oh, the nut's a 17mm and the bolt's a 15mm. It's a bit silly, that, innit? Hope you guys can see alright on my chest. Just can't wear that head mount with that hat on, really, and it's way too hot to wear a hat. I'll scoot on the other side. Right, so prop shaft is back on. Let's get everything get out of it. So ignition on, so you can see. So we've got a fog light fault. Obviously those braking issues, that brake malfunction and stability control one's gone now. Obviously with the prop not on, the gearbox is spinning, which means the speed sensor on the end of the gearbox, on the back of the gearbox, is picking up a speed, so it thinks that the vehicle's moving forward when it's not. So obviously if it thinks the vehicle's moving forward, but then it's not getting any signal from your ABS sensors on the rear, because obviously your wheels aren't moving, it'll come up with all different stability control, braking issues, whatever, blah blah blah. So anyway, the issue with this one is it won't go into gear. Now it is trying to go into gear. So watch when I try and put it into gear now. Look at the revs. And you can feel the truck lurching very slightly. So I think this is probably going to be a clutch pack issue, in all honesty. Yeah, so while it's running, I'm just going to put it into gear again, or put it so it's trying to get into gear. Let's put it in drive. Right, now it's lurching slightly. Get on our mat, get underneath and see what we can see. Right, I'm going to turn it off. Right. I'm going to have a look at the clutch through the inspection hole. But as I say, I don't think it's the clutch, because it seems like the clutch is biting. It doesn't smell of clutch. Usually you can smell it before you can see it. The clutch has gone. Right, so just here, this is your bell housing, the bell housing of your gearbox here. This little rubber cover is this is your inspection port for your clutch. Oh no, that's a bit of a spring, that, from the clutch. That's a torsion spring, or a vibration dampener spring, or whatever you want to call them. But that was just sat inside here. So that was sat inside this little thing. And obviously that is a bit of your clutch, that. So that is not good news at all. I don't even know if you can see. Let me get a torch. So that there is part of your clutch plate. That is really bad news, really bad news. I was hoping it was just going to be an air issue, because it went into gear, and he was having to build it up quite a fair amount. I was hoping it was just going to be an air issue, but as we can see, that is from a spring off your clutch. Alright, if we can have a look in at the clutch. I can't see anything mega obvious. Just having a little feel, see if there's any more bits of spring. Well, I can't feel anything, and I can't see anything super obvious. I'll take you off and you can have a little look. So in here, let me just see if you can see me. So in here, this is your clutch there. So that's your pressure plate that pushes down on your clutch. So in between your pressure plate here, and then this is your release lever or clutch lever. In between you've got your release bearing. So there's a little bearing which spins in between there. And everything, I mean, this don't look great with a cable tie on it, to be honest. Oh, that went right in my fucking eyes, that. Lovely, clutch in the eyes. So that's your clutch in there, you can barely see it, but it's in there somewhere. And that is what we're going to have to do, unfortunately. The exact same thing happened on his other one. Unfortunately, spring went, and then it wouldn't go into gear. Right, I better go show him that. Clutch. Yeah. Oh, Same thing what happened last time, your fucking springs in centre are all collapsed. On pressure on clutch plate.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, exactly the same happened to your last one. Only issue is I'm away next week, Lee. I'm on holiday, aren't I? So it's probably going to be a couple of weeks. It's the only problem.
See you.
Oh. It won't be done. It definitely won't be done before end of this week, 100%. Because I've got other stuff on as well. I'm just telling you how it is, mate. I don't want to give false promises, you know, and fill you with hope.
Knocking, yeah, we're knocking in a minute.
I had one a couple of weeks back. Fucking, I got a phone call. Oh, driver said he hears a knocking noise on motorway, but he's gonna get it back. I'm like, all right. It's all the way back in, all on an Arctic 44 ton as well. All the front driver's side wheel nuts were all loose. I could do them all by hand.
They never stop and get out and have a look though.
No.
Have a look.
Yeah, no.
Do you do a lot of it? Is this what you do?
Yeah, I do all sorts, mate. I do trucks, trailers, tail lifts, vans, cars. Do it all.
You have to give us a card. We used to look after these, but we're too fucking busy, and I've got like 30 trucks, road sweepers, 8-wheelers.
All right, yeah.
Some of them stay over there. Where are they?
Yeah, keep
5 or
some
6
down
over there.
Oh, you just on here, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be good.
Well, we're just in village, but it's always handy if someone's on holiday or diagnosing.
Well, yeah, I've got all the latest diagnostics, so it does all the brand new trucks as well.
Fucking Jack.
I lives here now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I did.
The local stray.
About fucking 8 months ago, I was doing some fencing and I had a fucking panel off cut. And I thought, I know what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to build a fucking owl box. I built this fucking owl box.
Did you get one there?
Show you. And I thought, that's fucking, you know what I mean? Never seen out in it. I had to go up tree to do something. And
It's
next
fucking
week,
good, isn't it?
I'm having this tree trimmed right down, and they've said you can only trim it to above the fucking owl box. So I'm walking down fucking garden, and I thought, there's someone fucking looking at me. 3 babies in fucking owl box.
No way.
And it's just peering through the thing.
That's mad.
I thought if it's just one, I saw one. So what I did is took my phone out of the case, got a fucking long cane, taped my phone on video, and just went up and went like that just to check. But I don't want to go up because the scent of
Yeah,
me,
scare them, yeah.
And there's 3 little fucking tawny owls looking back at me.
That's mental.
Putting that piece of band on.
Yeah.
That's cool, that.
And I just,
Nice one. Cheers, Danny. I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Well, that was my old employee ringing me. He's gone to a company that build houses, but we do some diagnostic work for him every now and again. Because obviously we've got the latest diagnostics. Yeah, because we've got the latest diagnostics. Although he's fixing their trucks, he can't diagnose them. Right, let's figure out this clutch. Give me mate James a ring as well, see if he can give us a price. Just after a price and availability for a clutch kit, mate, on a DAF LF. I'm waiting for a price off of Iveco, so don't bother trying them. So the reg is Papa Yankee 15. Nice one, cheers James. Bye, bye, bye. Right, I reckon we just stop messing about and put some of these orange ones on, like I should have done in the first place. Yeah, it's not going to be done quick. It's gearbox out again, so yeah. And it took me like, obviously I couldn't do it all in one day, could I? So it took me like 3 days or something.
As long as these
So this one needs a clutch. It ain't going nowhere anytime soon. Let's go have a look at this other one. So we've got this Iveco Euro cargo. I think there's an issue with the steering. Oh, well, we've got quite a bit of oil at the back there, it looks like. So I'm just giving it a quick scan, but it looks like there's quite a lot of moisture on the front axle. We're going to have to figure out. That's new. That's new since I've been here. So you're not going to be able to see right well just while I'm doing this, but I'm a bit cramped in here. Right, this anti-roll bar here for starters. So I don't, he says something about when he's turning corner, I think. That anti-roll bar bush is not really doing a right lot, so anti-roll bar bush, and I can have a look at, I can see that one down there on the other side. It looks like there's a big gap in it as well. This anti-roll bar bush on the front passenger side is fine, really. And that one on that side over there is got loads of play in it. So we've definitely got front anti-roll bar bushings. Let's see where this fuel's coming from. Oh, it looks like fuel anyway, it doesn't look like oil. Right. So I'm just checking, obviously the springs, the shock absorbers, the U-bolts, just having a visual inspection. I don't know if that's the power steering pipe that's actually leaking, because the fluid's red. Ow, 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 that engine's hot. Yeah, I think all this moisture all on the front axle, I think it's all power steering fluid. It's got like a red tinge to it. Right, I reckon we tilt the cab, have a look.
Oh, is that what it is?
At the front, also your anti-roll bar bushings have got a bit of play in them, so I don't know if that's what's causing a knock-in. I could do with having a chat with the driver, really.
What can it do with that?
I'm not sure. I need to have a chat with the driver, take it for a spin myself.
Yeah, it's just right. Wait until you go and turn to right. As soon as you turn to right.
It could even be the kingpins then. It could be a kingpin issue. Right, I'm just going to take it out for a spin, Lee. Right. So when it's going over to the right, we can feel it. See, that does not sound good, that. Put my seatbelt on, so that's, obviously I'm on an airfield, so it doesn't really matter if I'm wearing a seatbelt or not, but I don't want that beeping at me all the time. Oh, there's a plane setting off. Promise I'm not obsessed with planes. Feel right cracking, I'm not gonna lie. It does feel like there's a bit of play in the steering. I mean, it's self-centering fine, which is good. So it's probably not a kingpin, it might even be a wheel bearing. this bumpy road is good for testing the suspension. I can't hear any knocks at all. Do a big right turn here because he said when you turn it right. So it self-centres beautifully, really. Yeah, if it doesn't self-centre itself, it's most likely your kingpins. If you've got heavy steering, your steering's not self-centering, it's most likely your kingpins that are worn. MANs are really common, I know the older ones anyway, really common on the MANs because you can't grease them. They're supposed to be service-free kingpins, but they're definitely not. Oh, there's something not good. There is something not good on this truck. It's got a right wobble on it. It has got a bloody right wobble on this truck. And I believe it's coming from this driver's side somewhere. I mean,
Mainly when I'm turning right.
yeah.
It's like shaking side to side.
Even when I got up to speed, doing about even 40, 50, well, you can feel the vibration in it.
Sometimes I just do it on straight, but it's mainly when I'm turning right. If I've been driving straight for quite a while, it seems to knock it off.
Right.
But as soon as I go right again, it's back on.
It's definitely something on this side.
Yeah.
I mean, there's an anti-roll bar bush that's worn, but I don't think it's that. I think it might be a wheel bearing or something.
It's like on a push bike, it's like so much buckled.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And you can feel that, you can feel the whole truck vibrating. So yeah, I'll get someone to have a look at it. Well, I believe it's this kingpin. I believe it's this kingpin, yeah.
I noticed summertime when I drove it and then you got it.
Could you do that while I just have a look underneath? Just pull up on that bar. Yeah. Yeah, there's loads of play in it. Yeah, that's fine. What I'll do for now is I'll pack you with grease.
Yeah, grease normally does it.
It does, mate, yeah. But obviously we need to remember that that's worn, because that's loads of play in it, that. But pack it with grease and see how it goes, and if it's still bad when I'm back off my holiday, we'll have to... Yeah. Oh, we're in, but I'll give you a good scraping then, sorry. Oh, we're in. Right. So, obviously, this kingpin here, it's got loads of play in it. Now, it don't look like it's been greased in a good while. So, give it a grease, pack it with grease. See if that takes the play out of it. And we'll just have to monitor this. So we pack it with grease while it's jacked up, so there's no weight on the kingpin. One on the top as well. So, get plenty in. Like that. and we'll drop it down. In fact, we'll feel it first, then we'll drop it down. That feels loads better already. Yeah, that feels loads better. We haven't got any banging noises now. We'll drop it down and put some more in. Usually when your kingpins start going, your steering goes heavy and your steering wheel doesn't self-centre. That's why I didn't think it was that. So now there's weight on it, just put a bit more in. So let's go take it for another spin. Go around the opposite way. Well, you're running out of battery. Oh no, seatbelts. Feels loads better this, you know, loads better already. Felt loads better that, but we're just going to chuck some in the other side because I ain't greased the other side. So we're done here. Obviously we've diagnosed the DAF as needing a clutch. We've diagnosed that Iveco as needing kingpins, or well, dry kingpins. I can't help but go through the comments everyone's leaving, it's amazing. Right, so we've got some prices for him here. So we are done for today at LJD Gas. Obviously we're going to have to return when I'm back off my holiday and do that clutch. So I was really hoping that was just going to be an air leak that was causing a gear issue or a clutch issue or something. Yeah, I was really hoping that it was just running low on air and it wasn't going into gear, or there was an air leak somewhere which was causing it not to go into gear. But obviously we found a piece of the clutch inside the bell housing, which ain't good. Well, a broken off bit of spring anyway. Obviously the clutch lives in the bell housing, so yeah. And then we've had a look at their Iveco as well. Obviously driver reported shaky steering, especially while turning right. He could feel like a little knock or something. Obviously we took it for a test. Now the steering was quite shaky, but it felt like it was self-centering fine, so I didn't think it would be the kingpins. Obviously I had a look underneath. The front anti-roll bar bushes were worn, but that's not going to cause a massive issue really. They can still use it like that until it's got an inspection next week, so I'll bring some with me, bring some anti-roll bar bushes with me. It'll be fine till then. But then obviously we found that the driver's side kingpin had absolutely loads of play in it. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but it had absolutely loads of lift in it, loads, which ain't good. Yeah, so the kingpin had absolutely loads of lift in it, which wasn't great. So we've packed it with grease, because the grease nipples look quite dry, so obviously we just pack it with grease, take all the play out of the kingpins, and just see how he gets on. If it, when I come back off my holiday, if it's still bad, then we're gonna have to do some kingpins, which are never fun. So 2:30. Do you know, I think we're gonna call it a day, because I've got a few things I need to sort out tonight. Well, this afternoon, should I say? So I think we're gonna call it a day. It's only 2:30, which I could go and do another job, to be fair, but I'm just thinking now. I've got quite a free day tomorrow, and I've got quite a bit I need to get done tonight. So I think I'll just. She said it was fine as long as it was done. As long as it was done this week. So the horse box, I don't even know if I've used the footage yet, but I went and seen a horse box that basically cut out on the motorway and wouldn't start. And when we checked it, the batteries were completely dead. Took me ages to get it going. And then even once I got it going, they weren't charging and the voltages were dropping. And if you just left it, like I left it for not even 5 minutes and it cut itself out with flat batteries again. And then I was supposed to go back last week, but she messaged me saying her banks, both her husband's and her business bank account had all been hacked or something. And she was asking if I could do the work and sort the money out this week. Now, I don't do that for anybody really, especially new customers. I don't do that. I've probably mentioned it before, but last year I had to write off about £6,500 from customers that weren't paying. You know, I've raised CCJs, I got debt collectors out. Obviously I'm working all day out and about, so I can't really deal with all this shit, to be honest. So I got debt collectors in, and they cost 500 quid, you know, and I was no closer to getting my money back at the end of it. They spent a full year just emailing me every month saying we can't get in contact with them, Great. 500 quid well spent, don't you think? So then obviously I've been having a chat with my accountant about it all, and there's no point having all those invoices on the books. It had been 3 years since I'd sent in the invoices. And there's no point them being on the books. We're never going to get that money back. I've gone as far as I can legally without getting a solicitor involved and spending money on court fees and stuff like that for a £6,500 debt, which isn't bloody worth it, you know. Although it's a lot of money, it cost me probably 3-4 times that just to win it back, and I would get that back as well, whatever I've spent. But I haven't got that kind of money to just throw down, you know. Especially if there's a chance that I might not even win. I might not get my money back. Although I have got everything to prove it, but you just don't know, do you? There's just too much uncertainties. So I could technically go from being £6,500 down to like £25,000 down, when I don't really want to do that. And then obviously we've got our other customer recently who's been kicking off, who owes us 14 grand. They've told me that they are going to pay that, but I'm still waiting on a payment from them. So yeah, I need to be way more careful really. I can't, although I felt tight when she was begging me on the phone and like texting me, I felt guilty, but at the end of the day I shouldn't really, because I'm just trying to protect myself. You know, protect myself and my business from bad actors. Yeah, so obviously I was on my way back to her horse box last week, and she messaged me saying that her account's been hacked, could have a wait for payment, because I had already told her that I'd require paying as soon as the job's done and everything's fit and your horse box is back on the road. I need paying before I can even leave. You know, because I've spent 450, 500 quid on parts. You know, I've got an alternator and I've got 2 big large batteries just sat in the van waiting. So I can't fit them unless I've got a guarantee I'm going to get paid. Yeah, so she just said as long as it was done this week, and obviously it's Wednesday today, I've got loads of availability tomorrow. I'll have loads of availability on Friday now because I'm not going back to LJD. We're not going back there until after my holiday now. So I think I'm going to call it a day. Quite nice really, finishing at 2:30. Yeah, and to be honest, I've not had anything to eat today. I've had no breakfast, I've had no lunch yet. It's 2:30 and I'm bloody starving.